Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Chad with CD Shave, and thank you very much for joining me for today's badly needed face shave. I'm doing it a little bit of a different format. I'm recording it with a different device, so if the audio is a little off, I apologize. However, screw that. Let's get right into the shave. Today's holiday of the day is a couple of them. First day of fall, so pretty excited about that. I love fall. This is the first day of fall, so enjoy this weather, especially if you're in the New England area. There's leaf peeping, although the leaves seem to be having kind of an issue this year. However, the weather's perfect. It's exactly what I look for. It's like 70s, high 60s. It's a great day for a good fall-based shave. It's also National Ice Cream Day. Ice cream's usually for the summer. However, I eat it all year round, so good day to get an ice cream cone and be outside and enjoy that fall weather. Now, having said that, I did say good day for a fall shave, so what are we shaving with? Today we are profiling Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements Atomic Age Bay Rum. I've had this for a little while, been working on it, been using it. I actually like this quite a bit, and I'm not really a Bay Rum person. We'll get into that a little bit. So this is kind of I consider a Bay Rum a bit of a fall scent. Off the tub, you get definitely a high amount of scent off this. I give it an 8 out of a 10. But to me, anything with cinnamon just screams fall. They have another one. I can't think of it now off the top of my head now, pumpkin-based, but it has a lot of cinnamon in it, and it reminds me of Christmas and the fall season. And this, to me, it doesn't scream summer. Some people use this stuff during the summer a lot. They say it kind of reminds them of Caribbean, whatever, that sort of thing. It just, to me, Bay Rum is just a fall scent, to me. This, however, generally Bay Rum I'm not a fan of. I was given this, as well as the items that go with this, which will be in discussion in a minute, to try it out, to see what I think of it, and surprisingly, I actually enjoy this quite a bit. Also has a lot to do with his base. Now, this is the CK1 formula. It's not the CK6 formula. I don't know if he's going to be offering this in the CK6, but as of right now on his website, this is offered at the CK1 formula, speaking of which. His website is PhoenixArtisanAccoutrements.com, run by Doug Smythe. The price for this soap container is $14.95, but they also have another item you can get. This is the Aftershave. Now, it doesn't have to come in this particular container here. I actually like this jug. It's the kind of jug that rum, typically you see it in advertisements and so on and so forth. That comes in. Also, maple syrup in New England comes in this stuff, the real maple syrup. So we've got this. You can get it in a standard decanter that he has. At least that's what I saw. That one, I don't know how much that particular one is that I have, but their aftershave is $24.95. I don't know if it's more if you get it in that decanter or not, but you can get the aftershave for $24.95. You can also get the EDP, which is what I have right here. This is $49.95 on his website as well. Now, the one thing I'm going to note right off the bat is this decanter comes with a cork, which I think is kind of cool, actually. It's got the stamp on the top. The problem is the cork had a wide bottom to it, so every time you put it in and out of there, you had to squeeze it in, and the neck of the cork eventually didn't like that and broke off inside of here. I just put another cork on top of it. Not a huge deal, but it's something you may want to keep in mind if you get this, that the wide bottom, I've noticed, doesn't really do well with the neck on the cork. But that's that. Not a huge deal. Now, I happen to have a bunch of corks laying around the house because I'm getting into razor restoration, and I use those to sandpaper so I don't cut my fingers. That's a whole nother story. Speaking of cutting things, let's talk about the razor. We are using Gold Dollar. I understand some people aren't a huge fan of these. I like these. These things work pretty well for me. They get a nice amount of heft to them. Shave good, and I need a pretty good shave today. This has been honed and stropped by me. Now, talking about the fall, this, some of you may recognize this. This is my Autumn Bliss brush. This was made by Eric Johnson of EB Latheworks. It's got the Lux knot in it. Not a ton of backbone, but it's a great bowl latherer, which is what we're going to be doing today. So, we are going to get this scooped, get it put in the bowl, and get rocking and rolling and ready for this shave. We'll be right back. All right, folks, we are back. Got the sample pushed, or the scoop that I took out, pushed into the bowl. That's way too much or way more than I absolutely need. But I don't really care because I like to make a ton of soap. So while we're lathering this up here, let's talk about the scent notes. The notes in this are cinnamon, allspice, bay, rum, vanilla, benzoin, nutmeg, orange, and patchouli. Now, the orange is definitely, for me, doesn't come out in this at all. I mean, I could never smell this right off and detect orange. When I smell this, I detect all bay rum. That's all I get out of this. But it's a lot of spice to it. The spice is really, really forward on this one. Some bay rums I've smelled. Again, I'm not a huge fan of bay rum. Just in general, plain bay rum soap is kind of to me. It works. It smells okay. I mean, doesn't smell bad, but it doesn't blow my skirt up, as it were. Not that I wear skirts. However, anyway, moving on. This soap has a lot of spice to it, as I said. Now, I am a big cinnamon fan. Cinnamon tends to bother my skin a little bit. I don't care. I don't always listen to my body. I just kind of do what I want. And if it burns, and I just deal with it. That's not a dig on any company or soap. It's just, it is what it is. So this soap has a lot of cinnamon smell to it, to me. And it doesn't seem to bother my skin at all, which is kind of nice. So I'm liking that. As you can see, we already got tons of lather going on here. We're pretty much ready to go. At this point, I'm just kind of thickening it up a little bit, throwing it through the brush, pushing it through, getting it ready to go here. So this particular scent offering by PAA has been around for a while. All right, we're ready to go here. It's been around for a while, and it's nothing new. I mean, it hasn't been around for years, but it's been around for a little while. And I didn't try it at first because, like I said, I'm not a bay rum person. It smells nice, but if I'm going to buy something, I want it to blow me away. And this stuff, as far as the bay rum is concerned, is really nice. It's a holiday scent for me, for my wheelhouse. But that's any bay rum, so just keep that in mind. I'm not saying that this is his holiday scent offerings, because that's not true. This is a holiday scent for me, meaning fall, Christmas, that sort of thing. So maybe I should say it's seasonal for me. All right, rocking and rolling, ready to go here. We'll do the first pass, and then we'll go into post-shave. Just to kind of... Now, those of you that might be new to the channel or new to PAA, I haven't focused too much on their performance in the soaps that I've been reviewing for them, or of theirs, because I've done their performance before. I'll talk a little bit about them, just in case, just for those of you that maybe aren't all that familiar with them. PAA for me, has done a fantastic job at their base. It's very, very slick, very hydrating. I have no problem with the razor going over, and I've used safety razors on my face with them, although I don't really use safety razors on my face anymore. But I use safety razors on my face with their stuff. I've used straights. All works out quite nicely. I find that their soap is forgiving in that if you overhydrate it, it's okay, because if you just keep working it enough, it'll kind of work itself out. And you know, sometimes I've added a little bit too much water and found it to be really, really thin. And that's to my own fault. But then I just keep working it and it kind of finds itself. So, little topic here. I found myself reliving scents. It was a scent I tried recently that I actually had. I don't know why I still had it, because I didn't like it when I first used it. And I first used it back when I started wet shaving. And I was like, oh, this scent sucks. I hate it. Not this one. It was another one. I'm not going to get into who it was. But I found myself, after I tried it, I thought, wow, this actually is really good. I don't know what I was thinking years ago when I didn't like it. Now, those of you that are familiar with my channel also know I'm not a huge citrus person. But I've been getting into citrus lately. Are kind of seeing different ways that they're blended with different artisans, and I kind of liking them a little bit. So that's interesting. So I think your tastes change in wet shaving if you do it long enough with all these different scents and stuff. A lot of people will say that they don't like a certain thing. But I feel like over time, kind of like food, your tastes change. Mine have been doing that with citrus. I kind of like starting to like a few citruses out there, or at least more than I used to. All right, so that's the shave on that first pass. Their stuff is really, really nice. It's a very, very thick soap, or it comes out to be very, very thick. Look at the peaks on that. I mean, obviously, I lathered that well. However, their stuff is just is an awesome, awesome base. The CK1 formula. CK6 is even better. It's really, really slick. I kind of compare it a little bit to Ariana and Evans, in my opinion. That's how I feel. It works well. All right, but anyway, enough of that. Let's talk about the rest of this stuff. You know, the aftershave and the EDP and all that stuff. We'll get into that at the post-shave. So we'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Thank you very much for sticking with us through the shave. We are doing the post-shave. All right, before we get into anything else, let's see if we can take care of some of the witch hazel here, this peach-scented stuff. Ugh. Almost done, though. Anybody who's been following my channel will know I can't stand this stuff. But I refuse to throw it away, especially where it was a gift. And so we're just trying to use up the last of it. I always use a witch hazel on my skin after a shave, regardless of the brand or anything like that. So it has nothing to do with this particular brand. It's just something I always do. Makes my skin feel good. I like it. So anyway, all right. So let's move on to the shave here. We got this, as I said, we had a decanter here. Wasn't a big fan of the cork. Kind of broke off, but it is what it is. Not a huge deal. I had these things lying around, and corks are fairly cheap. So we just went with that. Let's go ahead and, in order to, this does not have a decanter on it, so I usually just kind of, right? Just like I did with the witch hazel. Cork back on. As far as the scent's concerned, the scent's a little different on the aftershave. It's a little sweeter. It's nice. It's just it's just different. It's not bad. It's just a little different. I mean, it matches it, obviously. It's made to. But I get some of the different notes. And that happens a lot with me with aftershave. I put the aftershave on and some of the other notes that weren't so prevalent in the soap become that much more prevalent in the aftershave. So that's that. As far as the EDP goes. There we go. Comes in a little atomizer or whatever you call it there. To me, this smells exactly like the aftershave, which is good. So that's nice. The EDP, I found the staying power on that stuff, or at least I've heard the staying power on that stuff is 4 to 5 hours. I've not actually tried the EDP, but I have used his EDPs before, and I found that it lasts a lot longer than that. Some people don't say much longer than 4. I've heard like 5, maybe 6. I find these EDPs go all the way to I get home after work. It just, for me, that's what happens. So, but all right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the shave. I found that this stuff works really well as far as a bay rum is concerned, and not a bay rum person. I do like this bay rum. I think the price is completely reasonable, especially for the performance. If you don't have a bay rum scent in your collection, but you want to add one, and you are a holiday person, maybe the holiday would be a good time to grab this, because it kind of, like I said, that cinnamon really jumps out at you, and it kind of reminds me of around the holidays. So I think this is a great scent for that. There it is. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions about this product or any of my products that I've reviewed, please put it in the comment section below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, but make sure you knock that bell. That way you get a notification every time I do a new video here at CD Shaving, because, folks, I do not follow a schedule at all. So, thank you very much for joining me. I'm Chad with CD Shaving, and we'll see you guys and girls in the next video.